In this video, we're going to talk about how to configure the Call Outcomes tab, the Recycle tab, the Agent Management tab, and the Sounds tab when setting up an outbound campaign in GoContact. Starting with Outcomes. No interaction in GoContact can be complete without first selecting an outcome. It is important to accurately organize the campaign outcomes in groups. This is how GoContact will sort the call results to be pulled into future reports. An outcome is made up of two parts: attributes, which are predefined criteria for your outcome, and then the group that will be shown with these attributes. For instance, we have a call that was answered. It has a negative interaction, and it was marked as complete. And the group shows that the call was out of target for this campaign. These attributes make up the out of target outcome group. We can create a new outcome by clicking on Add Outcome. The first step is we're going to give our outcome a name, and then we're going to select our attributes. So human answer means that someone answered the other end of the call. A callback, we'll check that if we want to enable the callback to be scheduled for an agent. Success, meaning the call was successful, however that's defined by your organization. We can select whether or not the interaction was negative or positive. We can require that the agent validate the script. We can check complete. If the outcome is marked complete, this will affect all the leads and callbacks that this person or lead currently has open in GoContact. We can choose to blacklist or place the number on our do not call list. When we check the blacklist button, we'll see we have the option to select one of the tables that we have pre-configured, and we can also select the criteria that we want to put in the blacklist table, which in this case is going to be phone number. We can also choose to block the contact outcome. What this means is that this contact outcome will override all future outcomes for this lead or contact, regardless of whether they are contacted in the future. Next, we need to assign this outcome to a group in the group column. You can also add a new group by clicking Add Group here and then giving your new group a name. You can also delete a group by clicking Delete Group and then selecting the pre-configured group that you want to delete. The next tab that we're going to look at is Recycle. So the Recycle tab lets us set the criteria or pattern for recycling calls. To do that, we're going to click on Add Recycle, and we're going to select the outcome from a list of previously configured outcomes. We can establish as many recycle patterns as necessary to meet the needs of our operation. For example, we may want to recycle calls where both a voicemail was left and calls were disconnected. To do that, we're going to choose disconnected. We're going to add another recycle pattern, and then we're also going to choose voicemails. Next, we need to establish the time or the interval in which this recycle pattern is going to work. So I want to say if I reach a voicemail, I want to try and call them again in a day. And if we're disconnected, I want to try and call them again in 6 hours. Next, we need to determine the maximum attempts to reach those recycled contacts. For instance, if a call ends in voicemail, I've established a criteria that I want to try to call it again in 1 day, and I want to attempt to reach this contact 10 times before giving up. I can delete recycle patterns easily by just clicking on the garbage can next to the recycle pattern that I want to delete. So the next tab is going to be our Agent Management tab. And this is where we're going to assign agents or groups to work this campaign. To add a user or group, we can search for that user or group in the filter here. So I'm searching for training. I'm going to click on the agent here, and then I'm going to select the group because I want everyone in that training group. And then I'm going to choose Add User. And we can see that they have been added to our campaign. If I would like to remove users from my campaign, I can do that by clicking on the user I'd like to remove and clicking Remove User. I can also remove group by clicking on the agent and then clicking Select Group and then Remove Users. The last tab in our campaign configuration is Sounds. And this is where we can set the sounds that we want to use for our campaign. We can set the language here. Our options are going to be Portuguese, English, and Spanish. We can choose the sound that we want to play when a call is disconnected. And we can also choose the hold music that is going to play when we place a call on hold. To do that, we select the envelope, and we can choose from a list of previously loaded audio files. We can upload our own audio file, or if we wanted to create a text-to-speech message, we could do that here as well. Once we have configured all of the tabs for our campaign, we click Finish in the top right corner, and we'll get a message asking us if we want to proceed. If we do, we click Submit. If we don't, we click Cancel. To exit our campaign, we click Exit here. If we want to use this campaign as a template for future campaigns, we can click duplicate campaigns here.